It's so much caffeine.
Only
So much
90s
caffeine.
kids will get this.
That's not even that bad.
Good. And I'm gonna be
That's
able
how I
to-
remember it.
That's not bad.
Wait till the caffeine kicks in. You can already feel it. Afternoon, everybody. This is Anthony from Amped Airsoft. And I got my bros.
Robbie.
Evan.
And this is Ask Amp episode 21. Yes, I got it right this time.
Good.
It's a question and answer show where we take your questions that are submitted down below in the doobly-doo or on Facebook, wherever we post this, and we answer them as honestly as we can. And that's how we're going to do it. Start it.
I'm feeling
Let's see
it.
what we got here. You okay? Long one.
Really?
What, hello from Drum Dude Dick. Hello. What are your thoughts of making a Polar Star IFAC of sorts for larger games and offs for people who can't afford a secondary to their Polar Star or have a secondary but might want to fix their Polar Star overnight? You could put some macro line solenoids, tools, an extra FCU, and wire harness, etc., in a pouch or toolkit and use that if your gun goes down. Well, it is undoubtedly slower than grabbing a backup gun. It might be cool thoughts. I actually carry tools with me all the time. I carry everything I need to take apart any of the guns I'm carrying. So I carry like a little thing of metric Allen keys.
I think he
and
means
some
for
other stuff.
sale.
I understand that, but as far as assembling that'd be probably the most expensive IFAC on the face of the planet. That's like solenoids are $60.
Solenoids are $60 a piece.
I mean,
It's a good idea, though.
as far as
That's
like
not a bad move.
yeah,
I mean,
we'll probably never sell something like that. But as far as putting one together, that's definitely not
Probably it'd be
a
good to
bad
get the
idea.
macro line and the simple
At
stuff
least
like
stuff like that, yeah.
That'd be
Get a
smart.
macro line on
You
you.
could do that.
the cheaper in fittings,
not
gun
a bad
sides.
idea. But yeah, if you made one though, that would definitely be a good call for your young.
I think you should make one for your stuff.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's sort of. I don't think you've asked if we were going to.
I think that's a pretty solid maneuver.
Hey,
Oh,
Kurt.
bam!
This is this one.
Oh
Jeez.
my.
There it is. All right, this is from Garrett. Hey guys, I love the show. I think it's cool that you answer the community's burning questions. I've only seen a couple of the shows, so I'm sorry if I'm asking something that has already been answered. Don't worry about it. That's what we're here for. First off, I'm looking to buy a gun for spring, and I've never played at an airsoft field before. However, I wouldn't consider myself a beginner. My paintball team won Northwest Millicent Regionals a few years ago and were sponsored by Tippmann. And I have a fair amount of comfort with firearms after 6 years in the 160th, so I think he was in the Army. Anyway, not trying to pat myself on the back or anything, just want to say I'm looking for a rifle outside of the beginner market. Money isn't an issue after I sell all of my paintball guns, because you can sell those for a lot of money, actually.
Yeah.
I've looked into P-Star, SMP, V12, Daytona guns, Sistemas, and many others. The Tippmann looks really cool, especially because I have so many Tippmanns already. The question is always, what do you want, i.e. performance, realism, reliability, or ease of use? I know there's no golden gun, and in the end, it's all up to what fits my personality. And this is where my issue is. I tend to play the roles or objectives that others don't or dislike. For example, in paintball, I tend to play middle field very aggressive because most people like to flank to the left or the right sides while I'm left in the middle of the field just causing mayhem like an ass. So I guess you could say I like to play what others play the least and fill in the gap, front, middle, or whatever else is lacking. And I also like to be helpful to my team. So the questions are, what is the least played class or weapon setup you guys see on the field? Pistol, submachine gun, shoddy, rifle, LMG, DMR, sniper, or something special like a riot shield? What would you prefer your team squad setup to be? Rifles seem to be the most universally useful out of the bunch. If you had one choice, what would you love for the guy next to you to be using? Thanks again for the sweet vids. It's a very well put together question and it's very, very detailed. So what is the least played class of weapon setup? Snipers.
Shotgun.
Well, I guess the problem is, like, as far as like on a national level, there's only really two classes. There's DMR. Well, there's DMRs, which kind of count as riflemen, and then there's support. Because since barrel length doesn't really matter in airsoft. I mean,
So you have like a handful that are very important. You have riflemen, who are a little bit more mobile. You have light machine gunners or support gunners who have typically belt-fed style weapons that have full auto capability and a lot of ammo on them. Occasionally, you'll see designated marksmen or guys who are allowed to have higher FPS and can shoot harder with some minimum engagement distances to keep people from getting hurt. And then you have medics, which are basically riflemen that can heal people. The least placed class, every NADOP and every squad has pre-put together squads, so you fill the roles that you can. So I don't really see a least build class in like a play style, but I do see lots of weapons that don't make the cut. And the problem is because it's hard to replicate their real life performance, or it's hard to make them effective compared to other weapons. So like bolt action sniper rifles, you don't see a lot of just because they're very hard to build into an effective setup. and they cost a lot of money, and they require a very specific personality type to run, so you just don't see them very often. And typically you don't see people running just pistols because, well, they just don't have as much range typically as most good-built rifles. So shotguns are a little also on the same side. It's just, they tend to be less effective. But as for actual roles in a squad, they're pretty evenly cut amongst what's needed at a given game. And if I had a choice of what would the guy next to me be using, I love my bros to carry support guns.
Yeah.
Because I was also in the Army, so that's why I said that on YouTube. So thank you for your service. I usually run a more rifleman setup when I play. So I'm usually stuck to semi-auto at most of the larger nat ops and stuff like that. And I love my battle buddies around me to have light machine guns so that they can just burn ammo and just light people up. And I like to just let them do that while I move. That's what I like to do. What about you guys?
I'm just a standard rifleman like you. I just kind of get in the middle. I don't like to stay too
He's
far
very
back.
aggressive, too.
I don't like to get too close. It's just not my thing. So as far as for the two guns that you would want, I would say Tippmann, one, because your paintball background. It's a good middle gun. And like we said, we haven't given a good review, which look out for it.
We're working for the rest of the review. If you've catching this now, you might have seen the first part of the review already. I like it. Had some issues, but we're going to work on it.
Yeah, so once we find those, work out those issues, this might be a really good gun for you. And then the S&P for a light machine gun. For you, those are probably the top two, or a 4-star rifle.
SMPs are
I love me light machine gunners. Whenever I see a good light machine gunner who knows what he's doing, I'm a big fan. How about you?
Yeah.
What do you like? What do you like to?
Something quiet for sure. Like, cause I'm all about like sneaking around for the most part. Like, I don't know. I like quiet guns. Having a suppressed gun has saved my ass in Airsoft quite a lot. So, I'd say second to like a suppressed rifle would definitely be a light machine gun though, because then he can dump ammo, which is cool. You know, a lot of the nat ops, like Anthony was saying, like especially like Black Sheep and American Milsim, support gunners are the only class in the entire squad that can actually use full auto, so they're actually useful.
Yeah, they're actually
as
useful.
opposed to where full auto is allowed everywhere, then you can't really distinguish any classes. But I'd say definitely light machine gun. Although people will love you if you're voluntarily a medic though.
Yes.
You will be
because medics are
loved.
No one wants to be a medic because it's kind of like you have all this responsibility heaped on you, and it's kind of hard to do well, and you don't get to shoot as much. But I will say one thing, that when you have a good medic, you appreciate
it's awesome.
You appreciate it so much. You're just like, I love you,
It feels good
bro.
when you're healing people too, you know.
So
playing a supportive role is some people won't like it, but I think it's cool.
I'm okay with it.
From Waffleman Media, what are the positive effects of a lipo battery over a nickel metal hydrate? I want to get 11.1 pack battery to make my gun shoot faster. I need more than just the convenience of my dad to let me get lipos. I know the dangers of lipos and the precautions to take. Also, are Deans useful for lipos? My dad thinks those are pointless too.
Deans are good. I just like them because, like a JST connection, they're a lot more sturdy.
Yeah.
The perceived difference in rate of fire is very, very slight. It's only like a round.
Better contact.
Two a second.
Doesn't wear out or anything.
Doesn't wear out as fast. I like them for durability and like.
Give them a rundown on lipos, Evan. You know about lipos.
Do this for the kids who don't know.
I mean, they just give a better, voltage out of lipos as compared to standard nickel metal hydrates. Like you said, you got to watch out for lipos. You cannot let them die all the way, because if you let them die, then the batteries are pretty much done. There's ways you can revive them, but
I can't tell you that.
Not
but
risky.
I can't tell you how to do that.
I guess if you want to show your dad this, here's some information about lipos. So with nickel metal hydride batteries, if you think about it, so an average operating voltage for an airsoft gun for like a normal battery is 9.6 volts, and that's because of the output. Typical nickel metal hydride batteries are anywhere from like 15 to 20 C output wise. With lithium polymer batteries, each cell is 3.4 volts as opposed to with a normal battery, which is 1.2 volts. So you save a lot of space. So as opposed to having a battery that's this big and is 9.6 volts, you shrink to a battery that's about this big and only this thick, as opposed to a battery that's this thick, and you get the same amount. You get the same amount of juice because it has a higher C rating or a higher output. And that's the great thing about lipos. You can get a lot more power out of a smaller package, and you can cram it in spaces that you wouldn't be able to fit a bigger battery.
7.4 lipos also discharge at a pretty close approximation to a 9.6 volt battery. So if you're worried about hurting a gun, you can run a 7.4 lipo versus an 11.1. 11.1 lipos, because they dump more, they have a higher discharge rate, and they dump more power as you use them. That's why their rate of fire goes up. No gun is truly lipo ready. That's just a marketing term. It basically is just every gun can use a lipo. You're just gonna wear it out faster because it's gonna cycle at a faster rate. That's just the truth.
It's 3.7 volts a cell, not 3.4. My bad.
Same difference. Hey, another one.
The lucky guy, Waffleman Media again. Are the Echo 1 and Cyma RPKs the same? Pretty much, yeah. I hear a lot of people saying that, but there is a $100 price difference. Also, thanks Anthony for the amped operator patch you gave me at Battlegrounds. Pretty much the difference.
I watched. Yeah, he was the kid that jumped us with the.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hey, I will say one thing. Upon reviewing the video, I didn't feel it or hear it, but I think you actually did shoot me. So my bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't hear.
That was fun though.
It was hilarious. Like I just stood there and was
I'm
like.
glad you took that route. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
I just stood there and was like.
Real quick though, basically what Echo 1 done is Echo 1 doesn't actually produce anything. They contract out to manufacturers to make stuff. So they'll go to SEMA. They'll be like, hey, I need you to make me this gun. It won't be this. It technically won't be the same as a SEMA RPK. They'll put their brand on some stuff and they'll have some parts that are a little different internally. But ultimately though, same core parts and they're going to perform pretty much the same.
Very good example would be
same
the
externals.
VFC. The VFC. Well, SOCOM gear too, but VFC. Produces the Platinum Edition for Echo 1.
Yeah, so there you go.
It's Platinum Edition.
VFC
the VFC gun just says Echo 1 Platinum on it.
Same with like Elite Force. A lot of the Elite Force guns are made by VFC. So
nearly all of Elite Force's guns are made by VFC.
All right.
AFK Gaming.
Oh, that's pretty funny. That's a good name actually.
Are you guys planning on doing any more contests like the pumpkin carving one? Yeah, sure. I'm okay with that. I enjoyed carving a pumpkin with my guy. Just wondering and love all the times you mess up. Remember to go AFK. Hashtag go AFK.
Never go AFK.
Yeah, we'll do stuff like that from time to time. It really more so boils down to time. Because right now we're recovering from the post-Christmas crush. So when we get more time, we'll be doing more stuff. We also plan on doing like game nights and
I've been
stuff.
pushing for that. I really want to do that.
I would like to do that.
Tell us what you guys think of in the comments below, because basically it would pretty much be if you check out Node's channel, it'd be like sort of that style where we basically play.
Only we'd be really terrible.
Lobbies. It'd be really might not be appropriate, but it'll be good. We'll probably do games like Insurgency, which would be fun, and other games that people can pick up really quickly. We're not going to be doing any DayZ or anything that's super. Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Straight up trick shot. Hey Amped, I ordered a Gorilla 62 3000 air tank and a Falcon SLP air regulator. Is the tank compatible with the SLP, or what do I need to buy? Any help is appreciated. Thanks. By the way, I like turtles.
Aw. Well, okay. So if you got a Gorilla tank, they have. I think they call it ultra low pressure. I think is what they use, but it's the same terminology. It's different terminology for the same thing. As long as your tank head outputs at 300 psi, it's considered an SLP tank or a super low pressure tank. And if you bought that all as a complete unit from somewhere, you got the Vulcan air rig. And then the air tank all is one bundle. Chances are, whatever Gorilla's equivalency is for SLP, it will work with your SLP rig. Yeah, should work.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
just make sure
switching out the heads. Make sure your tank's completely depressurized first, otherwise you'll die. So there's actually a possibility.
Well, yeah,
it's dangerous. But Incursion Airsoft, about a week ago.
Jesus.
He's been torturing with that song for like the past 2 weeks.
I'll literally be like, "Hey Evan, how long ago you working on the gun?" He's like, "Oh, about a week ago." Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Hey Amped, I love the content. Couldn't get better.
Aw, thank you.
Keep up the good work. Anyways, for a Polar Star, FEV2 Gen 3 M4, what would be the best settings, and what would be the RFB for 29 RPS? That's really hard to calibrate out of my noggin here, but I would start by putting your. You're just gonna have to play with it. Really, keep your DN and DR high enough to feed, then just mess around with your RF setting. You shouldn't really need to mess with DR and DN too much to get your rate of fire there. You're probably just going to need to turn your RF setting down to like 1
down
or 2.
Goes faster.
Honestly, with all the stock settings, you should. I think we were clearing 30 FPS without changing anything except for RF. So you should just have to change your RF down.
We also have a video on YouTube that explains all of the settings.
Yeah, we did that.
So if you're not for sure, you can check back through our YouTube uploads.
That's an old one.
Robbie did this. That dude, what about? Like
about a week ago.
About a year ago.
About a year ago. So it's got all the settings and all the stuff mapped out. So that way you can know what all the stuff is. It's also in your owner's manual. But if you want to watch a 2-minute video that explains it all,
you can also download the PDF off Polar Star. I think you can.
Yes, you can download the PDF off Polar Star's website.
That'll tell you everything.
Let's do it. I'm too busy cradling this Tippmann, feeling cool. Thomas Schaefer. Hey guys, I've been thinking of getting either a Crytek LMG and then either dropping a P-Star and SMP at some point. Should I just wait for the internals to die from using an 11.1 LiPo like you guys in your review, or should I just get it swapped out the moment I get it? P.S. I can't wait for Blind Fury 12. Bring the Humvee this year.
Boy.
PSS, what's the deal with hashtag banana pants? I must have missed something.
All right.
Robbie wears yellow pants sometimes, banana pants. We make fun of him.
I brought them out in a while. They're kind of ridiculous. So.
We make fun of him. As for running your gun, I would just run it stock until you break it. The Crytek's they shoot incredibly well out of the box.
Yes.
For an AG, they shoot incredibly well out of the box. And they're really well built. Just run it till it dies. I don't see any point in spending money that you don't need to spend.
Did he say he was using an 11.1 on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually what happens with higher voltage batteries is that your trigger contacts arc and it builds up like a layer of soot on your trigger contacts, and that's what kind of gugs guns up. But since the Crytek has a MOSFET system, it actually reduces that quite a lot. So you should be able to run for quite a while on 11.1.
Yeah. But once it does die, I would definitely SMP it. Those guns are pretty cool to SMP.
Because you get to keep all your functions and stuff.
Yeah, once it does die, though, I mean, Matt ran his hard, and he stripped a piston, and that was the only problem. That's pretty.
Well, he blew a bearing out, too.
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah.
All right.
Because when he blew it, it just went... Like, he was running it hard, though. Like, 30-second bursts or something dumb. Waffle Man again.
Media.
I think we might end up answering 4 of his questions today if he gets lucky.
What is the best flashlight/laser combo for under $100? I want one that can use a pressure switch and mounts onto rails.
Flashlight and laser combined? I don't know of any.
Surefire X400. Nice and cheap.
Under
Under $100. I would say a nice alternative flashlight would be the Primary Arms.
my.
He got one. He really likes
it. It was in your face, but that was $100.
It's a nice flashlight.
Nice.
Well, the thing is, like, flashlights are getting a lot nicer because the LEDs are a lot more available now. So now what people are doing, you can pretty much just CNC a flashlight body and put the same LEDs that Surefire uses in it. Just doesn't have the brand name on it, but you can pretty much do the same thing with Surefire.
Primary Arms.
Beers88. Hey guys, kind of new to Airsoft. I have 35 NC Star, red, green, blue dot sight with cantilever mount. Is there any type of lens protector I can get? I have limited rail space. The flip-up covers don't work. Yeah, we actually make them here. So we use Lexan. We basically cut it out and form it to the sight, and then we hot glue it on. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. It's not that bad, though, but it stays on and it protects your sight from getting shot out.
It'll work.
Yeah.
It'll work fine.
That's what I would do.
Cheap, too. It's very cheap.
I know we do it. There's plenty of other people that do it, too. You can actually probably do it yourself if you have some Lexan.
Yeah, if you're a Lexan, a hot glue gun, and
some
a Dremel, you could probably do it yourself.
Yeah.
Incursion Airsoft, do you guys do builds, custom work, and or fixes? Also, will you guys ever come down to Florida? Love the channel. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you for being kind. We appreciate that. We'll go to Florida when we have the ability to do so. Yeah. Our big thing is, like, right now we're building up a whole entire schedule for what we're doing this year, and it's looking like it's going to be really busy. We're going to be really busy.
We say we want to do stuff every year, but then we're like, oh, wait, we don't have any time.
We don't have any time, lol. And do we do builds, custom work, and fixes? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You can either get a hold of us through our sales email at sales@amptairsoft.com, or you can get a hold of me through Facebook, and we'll walk through it, and then I'll still send you to sales because I feel like making saffron work. Lol. I need to put this down because I'm having too much fun holding it. I'm just going to set it right here. All right. 5-minute frenzy. We're doing it. I need to turn them up upside down. Oh, the right way. Wizzy Boys 101. Can you trade in a gun at Amped? Probably not. It depends on the quality. We don't like to take in used guns very often. So unless you have something super spectacular, probably not. Excel, opinions on Russian gear and Impressionists. I think that stuff's super sick whenever I see it, and I love dudes who have it all put together completely correctly because it looks cool. Me personally, though, not my thing. I don't like that style of stuff, but I like seeing people who want to do it because it looks cool, and I think it adds a lot of immersion to certain games.
That beer.
Freedom X little XX.
Yeah.
What gun do you prefer for a starter? I have a G&G Combat Machine CM16 carbine. Is that a good starter? Yes, actually, that is an excellent starter because I have said this before and I'll say it again. I have not seen a budget line gun yet that comes close to the Combat Machine in quality. I've just not seen it. X Repo Gaming, Robbie's hair. Ha ha, lol.
That was really bad.
You had some bad hair.
It was bad.
It was a bad hair day.
That was bad.
Scrub.
I actually almost wasn't in the video because I didn't like how my hair looked.
Black Monolith Ajax. Do you think Matt can be a model? Our bearded Matt? Yeah. He's not tall enough.
Maybe for
He's not tall. He could be a hand model. You could do that. Retard Squad Airsoft. Best BBs on the market. I currently run BB Wars Pink 25s. Hashtag banana pants. There really isn't, to me, a best brand of BBs on the market because the thing with BBs is they fluctuate so much batch to batch. So what you're really looking for is consistency. Exclusive, because, you know, we sell them I use the BB Wars BBs almost exclusively now because I can get them because they're readily available.
I'll say I used to use exclusively BB Bastard. Those were awesome.
Those were pretty sweet.
Those are awesome.
What was that dank track playing at the end of your Honest Guys Tippmann M4 Part 1 video? That bass was filthy.
Yeah, what
I don't know.
It's
We've had that.
Stabby.
is it Stabby?
Yeah.
Stabby, I don't know.
Stabby's some little Norwegian guy who makes stuff in his basement. I don't know.
It's literally the end song for all of our videos.
It's the end song for all of our videos.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about
It's
it.
called
Though.
Two Hearts, I think.
Ellis8264, what is the best gearbox for an SR25? Just upper and lower receiver. I don't know too many places that sell backup gearboxes for SR25s. Do
If
you?
it's a GMP, if it's a V2, if not, then it's an elongated gearbox and have fun. There.
Hashtag Matt got a girlfriend
I
from
know.
Jeffrey Williamson.
And they're perfect together.
Let's keep that going.
They both like bands that no one's heard of. And
Yeah, they're so hipster it hurts. Treyman14, does AMP sell tournament locks and do you use them? My SLP regular has a drilled cap, so I don't need a tournament lock because I can just zip tie it together. When we get them in, we sell them. It just depends. Like the market fluctuates from them. Sometimes people need them, sometimes people don't. T-Rex7909, what is Matthew's beard armor class? Level 1, 2, or 3? Just a side note. Just saying. I'd give it a solid 2. I mean, I've seen some more epic beards, but I'm not going to grow a beard anytime soon, so I'm not going to.
It's a nice beard.
I'm not going to.
Wood's
Husky Kid 42, like the lightning questions. I find myself fast forwarding through the longer videos. Aw, bummer, because I say all kinds of important things that you might want to learn about. Pay attention. T-Fry, are you guys going to open up in more locations and expand? Hashtag Matt got a girlfriend. Yes, we're trying to, but as with all things, patience is a virtue, and we're trying to figure it out and get it done. Freedom X little XX, nothing better than to see a rake full of guns. And these are all our personal guns. So, you know, that's what we use when we go play. A lot of expensive stuff up there. Jacob Diego, how do you become operator? By constantly trying, and then failing, and then continuing to try. That's how you become operator. No one will ever say that, though. Treyman14, why you no sell ATAX? Because, I mean, we used to sell it. I just think it's ugly.
ATAX is silly.
I think it's
It's
ugly.
a silly camo scheme.
It looks like a bunch of blotches on like crappy
Looks
nylon.
looks like a bubble shield clothing edition.
That's pretty impressive.
This is actually kind of cool. Waffleman Media, question like 4 on this one, huh? This show has been lacking Illuminati.
Might throw some montage. I might throw some montage parodies in here 5 times on Saturday. So let's see.
Amazing. That's some patience.
cool.
I'm not gonna.
He might have copy pasted that.
Oh shit! Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And done.
Oh, 30 seconds to spare.
Woo! Still kicking ass.
Nice
Let's do the rest of the video.
Nice meme. Solid meme.
Pull a question, Evan.
Pull a question, Evan. I got my pew stick back. Pew 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 pew.
Okay. From Cap Napalm, Polar Star user here. I'm looking to build an air efficient and quiet build and saw you guys offer an Orga 600 barrel. I'm looking to flat hop and like how the Orga has the extra cut in the side for flat hopping, but I'm a little unsure of the 600 diameter. Thoughts on this particular barrel? Thanks for the love. Thanks, love the show. Thank you. 600, you could run into some jamming problems with BBs, with inconsistencies on the BBs, so you could probably run into problems. I know he runs a 603 or 605.
603 or 605, whichever
so
one's
I would
available.
probably bump up to one of those. You will get an air efficiency about 30 FPS, where that would equivalent
Yeah,
to
something like
how
that.
much air.
Yeah, it depends on length of barrel too.
Yeah,
You lose
like
about
the
40
barrel.
FPS with an Orga
So there you go.
on average.
Well, he's
and-
talking about a 600 though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
You pick up like 20 feet per second. Off
yeah, it's like 20 to 30 depending on length.
So
Longer, more.
Yeah, I would bump up to one of those, just to be safe.
Most air efficient, depending on your barrel length to keep you field legal, you might need a red plus, or a silver nozzle, depending on what your field limits are, and then a gold LoFo poppet and some poppet shims will make you the most air efficient as possible. To make it quiet, you're gonna have to get a good cream-filled banana, or put some cream in a banana that you already own.
Yeah.
Or you could talk to us, because I know where to get cream-filled bananas. Anything to add to that?
No.
I think that's pretty good. It's a pretty solid answer. I like that.
Can we have a Plug to Pro of how to do banana soon?
No, we're gonna do a Pleb to Pro banana.
Sketchy.
Okay.
The tabs star from about a week ago. Questions.
They're all going to say that because you got.
I know.
It
It makes me so happy.
Yes,
Bobby Schmerda is embedded in our questions. What's the fields limited in the state of yours? I'm in Denmark. Our field limit is 1.69 joules with full auto, and you don't have to bang people. I don't know. I like banging people. You're able to, but you don't have to. As you said, measure in joules. And would you guys or one of you go to Europe and play? Or is that a no-go? And what about a Europe store? Ever thought of it? Love the show. Keep it up.
I would love to go somewhere.
I was gonna say
like
our joule limits here are actually pretty similar to yours. Typically, it's between 1.5 and 2, depending on where you play at.
It's very field specific because there's not like a national standard for like the country. So
I like the fact bang rules. I think cause a lot of confusion. And honestly, like if I had my way, none of the bigger games would have bang rules. But you know.
I think it should be done more as a courtesy instead of a tactic.
That's what I mean. Like it shouldn't be. You know, you shouldn't have to. If you turn a corner on someone, you're pointing at each other. You shouldn't have to argue about who like bang to first. Like it's just gets out of control sometimes. As far as going to Europe, we'd love to. It's just like Anthony said before, we're super busy. And as far as like fitting that in the budget to go this year, I don't think we're gonna have the time. I mean, that'd be. Cool.
I'm poor.
That'd be cool to. Yeah, let's be honest here. Yeah.
I'm poor.
Yeah.
But dude, it would be
maybe
cool.
Someday. It would be sweet.
Do they still do Burgette? I would love to do Burgette. They have like a whole island. Or at least they used to. It's like a whole island, and they would just turn it over. And like even the people who live on the island would just wear goggles, and it would be like 1,200 people, and they would just have full run of the place, like tanks.
Why
and
have I not heard of this?
It's on YouTube. Look that crap up, bruh.
Yeah,
Right.
a Europe store would be cool. I just don't think we're ready for anything like that.
We have some cool. We have some cool friends that have
We do.
European stores that we've met. They also buy stuff through us to get in. But we also ship internationally now off our website. So stuff that it's up to you to follow your import laws. But we do have stuff on our website you can order direct from us.
Indeed.
T-Rex 7909. I finally have a question. But first, great show and thanks for posting the video. Oh, thank you. My 4CRL is having feeding issues with my mid caps. Any idea? I do have a Miracle Barrel Force 107mm R-Hop and a MOSFET, all steel gears, and a metal tooth piston, etc. I did a list in my review of your Elite Force 27. What? What are you doing?
He put on Bobby Schmerda.
Oh god. 27 round extended magazines for the 1911 series CO2. Again, Merry Christmas to all of you guys and best wishes for you on the upcoming new year. Thank you, sir. Side note, I just hit 100 plus subscribers. Don't post this in a video. Lol. Thanks. I read the whole thing. Don't think I'm not going to. He has feeding issues. That could be hop-up fitment in your body. We usually use rubber O-rings on top of your inner barrel, in front of your hop-up, as spacers to solve problems like that. That usually solves a lot of those problems, actually, 90% of the time.
Yep. Mid-caps might be worn down.
Mid-caps might be worn down, or they might just not be sitting properly inside your magwell, which could be a thing too. To solve stuff like that, little simple fixes like fuzzy side or sticky side Velcro on the inside of the magwell work, or tape around your mags might work. You just got to play with it. There's no easy solutions to that because there's a lot of tolerance issues between different brands of airsoft stuff. So like some stuff has a lot of loose tolerances. So you just got to try some stuff. I'm sorry, man. I wish I had a better answer.
All right, Overkill Luke. The more and more I watch this, I have a burning desire, not Anthony again.
Oh.
Why all the bananas and no apples at all? Seriously, both have pros and cons. It would be awesome to go over them. Thanks. I don't know how to talk about this.
I enjoy apples.
Apples are good.
I enjoy bananas. I'm equal opportunity on fruit.
Some people hate bananas, which
Apples
I don't
and
understand.
bananas.
I don't understand how you can hate, but the potassium's good for you, man.
It is good for you.
It makes your muscles feel better after you work out.
Makes you swole.
Yeah, McSwollington, right?
Yeah. Fallen Superior 10190.
Stop being such a scrub.
XDDDDD. What are your guys? That's not actually in there.
Oh my god.
What's your guys' opinion on certain night games, 24-hour games requiring tracers for the nighttime firefights? A range 14 here in NJ that require tracer units for the night game, and it deterred a lot of my friends and teammates from attending, but the tracer battles were fucking awesome. Just wanted your opinion since you play a lot of nat ops. I think that'd be sweet.
I think that would be super sick. I wish they would make heavier BBs though, because they only make 2.5s,
Mm-hmm.
so I'd have to turn all my stuff way down, and they wouldn't shoot as far.
That'd be
But
so cool.
I'm gonna be real honest with you, especially under like nods,
Oh, yeah.
that would
That's
look
sweet.
so freaking sweet shooting back and forth. I like the idea of actually with nat ops making people have, even if they don't have tracer BBs, but making them run a tracer that emits a light when they shoot.
Yeah.
That way it's more realistic, like a real firearm, so when it shoots, it makes a light. That way at least you can track people a little easier.
Tracers would be sweet. That'd be
Tracers
sweet,
would be sweet, though.
Yeah.
I think that'd be
so cool.
nuts.
That
would be so nuts fun. I would enjoy the crap out of that, personally. To Cuddly Pyro, 4 times 4 equals 12. That's an awesome name. Hey guys, great show as always. Thank you. What are your guys' opinions on Bullpup guns? I have a Magpul PDR and I love it to death. Hashtag Bullpup Mastery. I would like Bullpup guns if they weren't so hard to work on and run. I like the idea of them. I love the PDR because it runs M4 mags and it's super short, like a P90.
Yeah.
I think that thing's fun.
Yeah.
I just don't do it because that's just too much. I don't like to maintenance and fix things. It's just too much work for me, man. I'm lazy.
Honestly, this can be argued, but I think reloading is like at least twice as hard with bullpup guns.
That's
easily, especially when you're in all your gears. At least with an M4, like normal rifle, like your mag's like out here, so it's out from your chest. If you have a bullpup and you have like a plate carrier chest, you're sitting there, you're gonna have to like put it out here, then take it out, and then put it in. It's a lot of work. First world problems.
First world problems.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Williamson. Thank you, Robbie, for telling me how to fix my Polar Star.
Oh, you're welcome.
Great customer service, Robbie.
Good job. Good job, Robert.
Do I get a raise?
No.
Sorry.
Worth the shot.
No.
Worth the shot.
I wanted to put the O-rings on my barrel like you guys said, but when I got the...
Like you guys said to, but...
My
commas.
barrel
Commas are important, man.
you guys said to, but when I...
Come on.
I got just two Ace Hardware size 11 O-rings were like twice the size of my barrel.
Maybe I told you the wrong ones. My bad. Sorry.
I got the O-rings which fit my barrel, but the outer diameter is too thick because even with only one, it is too much resistance to fit my receivers together. Please help.
Sometimes, I mean, when you O-ring your barrels and stuff to make sure that you don't have any hop-up problems or anything like that or feeding issues, sometimes you just got to use some man muscles to get them together, man.
Yeah.
You just got to do it.
I've actually had to shave down O-rings before. Like, I've literally had to put half an O-ring on a gun before. Like, I've had it happen, so it's not like...
Yeah, you can also do that, too.
You know?
Sometimes, like, with my GMP,
too.
I just have to man muscle it and
Absolutely.
just like, shove it together. So that's just a thing you got to do sometimes, man.
I'll let you know.
Matt Legler. What is a holster that will fit a KJW high kappa? It has to be like a Serpa. It has to be able to be horizontally molly mounted. It sounds like you want Kydex.
Yeah, you want a custom Kydex mount because the Serpas won't fit high kappa.
They don't make high kappa Serpas, and then especially in a horizontal one. So you're gonna have to talk to someone about doing Kydex. There's plenty of guys who do it. Check out.
There's some local guys that do it too.
Yeah.
You get on the Pittsburgh buy sell trade groups or anything like that. The Gear World marketplaces.
Especially check out some of the Real Steel groups too, because one of those guys will probably do it for you. It's really popular with Real Steel.
Derek Bennett, I've heard you say you can cream fill the new Mad Bull KAC bananas. I have both the regular and CQC US versions, but I don't see how to do so. Is it only applicable to the Asian versions? Yes, because the American ones are quasi-permanently put together. So yes, you're going to have to use the Asian ones. If you know where to get them, though, you can get them pre-creamed. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you know where to get them.
Joshua Nereen. Hey guys, can you talk a bit about sponsored teams, amped airsoft operators, and what it entails in the next video? A2 Trauma Assault Team Flashpoint.
Oh, the sponsored teams. Sponsorship for us is a little, since we're so small, we can't afford to give out sponsorship to a whole bunch of people. It's just, we can't financially do it because we're so small. Like, we operate like we're a lot bigger than we are. We move a lot of volume, but we have a very small staff and it's a lot of work. So we can't really afford to put like dozens of teams up like on sponsorship all the time because we just can't afford to do it. We are working with a new sponsorship program to get sponsorship teams going. So when that comes around, it comes around. But as of right now, it's a little difficult. If you have any questions about that, visit our sales email, sales@ampedairsoft.com. You'll probably talk to Kurt or you'll talk to Saffron, and they'll get you going in the right direction on all that stuff and tell you how to do it. And then if you're able to do so, then you can go about it through there. We just picked up a new team, Team Fart. Yeah. Richie and his boys. Yeah. And those dudes are hilarious. I love them. So those are our new battle boos, and we're hoping to see them in a lot more events because they went through a long and arduous process to become sponsored just because we're poor and we can't afford to give out too much stuff.
Wolfman Media, again.
That's like five or six questions for him.
What is your opinion on the TMAEP? I saw a guy at Battlegrounds had one and let me use it. I loved it, but 10 minutes of using it, one, doesn't give me much insight. I know the obvious pros better in the cold and not needing to regas, and the cons, low FPS, no mag holsters, and harder to get parts. Pretty much actually answered your own question.
Yep,
That's literally like everything.
I think of like AEPs as like a cool novelty.
They're cool.
I think they're a cool novelty. I don't really hate them.
I like gas pistols because they like have feedback. Like, AEPs,
that's why I like this guy, because it has
AEPs,
feedback.
AEPs are just kind of like...
It doesn't shoot anywhere near as good as a Polar Star, but I love just this thing punching me in the shoulder.
AEPs are cool too.
being
Actually,
loud.
Kurt has a couple AEPs we put together a couple like years ago with all Prometheus / Lilacs parts, and those things shoot great.
Yeah, they shoot like
9-volt
laser
parts.
beams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shoot like as they shoot as well as some of the AEGs while only shooting like 250 feet per second. So
Yeah.
shoot well.
TMs especially. Pixie Dust, man.
Uh-huh.
Trayman 14 again, too. Thoughts on father-son airsoft teams? My father doesn't live with my mom, so me and he can only see me on some weekends. When we do go airsofting, we wreck some mates. I'd say the more activities you can do with your significant others, parents, family members, brothers, sisters, do so, because as you get older, you tend to grow apart, and then that's one of the biggest letdowns of being older, is that sometimes you drift apart from some people you care about. Life lesson 101, bam, you just got it.
That's heavy.
That was heavy, boom, laying it out. But I'd say, if you have fun playing with your dad and you guys are super cool, if that's something that you can share, go do it, because you only got a limited time, so you got to make the best of it.
Very true.
The Florida Airsoft Group. What is on the top of your airsoft want list?
This would be for everybody.
Of course it is.
I want a Polar Starred LCTAK or the Tippmann SR10. I don't know why. Or not Tippmann SR10. The KWA SR10. I have this in my mind.
KWA SR10.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The KWA SR10 or the LCT Full Metal AK with 4-star. Those are my two.
I'd say, okay, this is the Tippmann, as you've been seeing me fondling this the entire video. We're working on it and reviewing it. I wish it shot better. I would want this gun to shoot as far as my Polar Star.
Yeah,
That's what I want, because
awesome.
this has recoil and noise and is loud and crazy. I love it. I just wish it shot better.
Yep.
I want this to shoot as far as my Polar Star. It's because the Polar Star has no feedback or anything. It just kind of goes, which is fun, I guess, but like, I want like that realism. I want like that rock.
That'd be really sweet.
That punch. That's what I want. I want this to not, be okay. I want it to be awesome.
Yeah. I guess for me, definitely Black Hawk Helicopter would be sweet.
I think you meant for beauty warsing.
I know. On a serious note, though, I'd say definitely like a Daytona. I've always
Or a
wanted
Daytona gun. Daytona gun's really good.
I've always wanted to.
I've always wanted one of
gun.
those. That's pretty similar to this, though.
I'd say probably at this point, I'm kind of crushing over a Daytona gun or something like this that actually has feedback. I'm kind of getting bored of just shooting like AEGs and Polar Stars. They shoot great, but it's not. I don't know.
They shoot. That's the thing. They shoot so well.
At this point,
so you don't want to get rid of it. But like, I want something that's more realistic. Like, I want something that's fun.
Almost a little harder to use too. It'd be,
I want the challenge.
Yeah, it's more fun.
I got a question from Straight Up Trick Shot. Hey, Amp, thanks for replying to my last question. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Love the show. Keep up the great work. Aw, thank you. Thank you very much. We do this for you guys. And because I get paid to do it. But we do it for you guys.
Not very much.
I wanted to know if you guys have ever played Airsoft in California or ever plan to. I have never, but I want to, just because they do have some really cool, like, fields.
Yeah.
Like, SC Village. I want to go there really bad. I want to see, what's that one that used to be a movie set? That's also like an old, like, it's supposed to be like a Middle Eastern town.
Oh, yeah, the one that's all blown up and stuff?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I forget what it's called.
It's like way out in the middle of nowhere. They do the Army Appreciation Game there sometimes and stuff like that. I want to go to that one. I'll have to show you a video. It looks pretty sweet.
2 videos.
Yeah, I want to. Dude, like we're on the East Coast. Traveling is hard, especially with gear. Like a lot of people who do lots of like national traveling for NADOPS and stuff, like transporting your gear and your guns and all that stuff, and then like carrying on luggage or shipping it. That's like it's expensive. It's just hard. So then you want to drive, and then that's hard because it's pretty far. I mean, I'd love to. Yeah. I really would. I really would love to. I just long-term viability. I don't know when I could do it. Yep. So that's just what it is. What do you feel about that?
Pretty much the same way with me. I mean, I'd love to go out there, but not in the budget or the time. No time. Especially being in school and stuff. It's hard.
Yeah.
But
I would love to, as long as somebody else pays for it.
Oh, so yeah, there you go. Just get right to the beat of the question.
I would drive that far, honestly, as long as somebody else paid for it.
Fair.
I think I would.
Yeah. Fair. Overall, I like it. All right, so I think we're good. I think we're wrapping it up. So thanks for stopping by on episode 21, guys. Remember, questions down below in the doobly-doo. Check us out on all our social media crap. Some stuff to mention. We're gonna be going to Black Sheep Shelby. Down at Camp Shelby. This is going to be this bro's first NADOP. We're going to be doing that later this month, so you're going to get to see some gameplay footage and some cool stuff of that, where I'm going to be running the Tippmann and trying to break it because that's what I do for reviews. We're going to be coming out with a NAT up schedule pretty soon, so keep out for that. Eyes and ears. And we're also going to be testing out some brand new custom nozzles for some things. So I'll let you guys in more on that when we get around to it. Stay classy, boys. So chicks too. Check us out on
Girls
all...
don't watch this.
There's like 6.
Yeah, okay.
I make my wife watch it whenever I'm like, hey, I'm in a new video. You have to watch this for 10 minutes.
But she hates it.
She hates it, but I don't care.
But she hates it.
So, anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. Check us out on all our stuff. We appreciate all you do. Keep submitting questions. See you later.
See you guys.
Bye.
The 90s have called.